How's it going, everybody? Anyway, so we heard so that's the weird cry
is it
here.
weird that I just noticed we're flying on pterodactyls? Like, we've been doing that for a while now.
Not a while. That was the whole thing. We went to go get the dactyls.
This looks awesome. Let's never land. Let's become pterodactyl sky people now. Find a secluded mountain peak. That one. That mountain peak.
The Sun Keep. Oh, so this is for a side quest later on.
The Sunstone?
Potentially.
I read about that one.
Sunstone and the Rainbow Shell tend to be the two like big extra things in this game. Chrono's best weapon comes from the Rainbow Shell.
It's the same in Chrono Cross.
Oh really?
Yep.
What's the name of the main character in Chrono Cross?
Surge.
Surge, right. What a weird name.
There's a big ass bee outside your door. He sort of flew off to the side.
Oh, I love bees. They're cute.
They're cute, but I don't know. They're always awkward to hang around. I was like,
you never want to pay for anything.
You want to just be their friend, but you're like, I don't want to touch you or upset you.
So here we go. We're entering the Tyranno layer.
Uneasy tension when you're hanging out with bees.
Like when you're hanging out with a racist.
Exactly.
Exactly like hanging out with a racist.
It's like, in a lot of ways, I kind of like you, but I don't want you to do that thing that you're known for.
I hate. And see, I don't think I'm pretty sure a genuine racist is just really hard to be friends with because there's a lot of other ignorant.
Somebody who's just sporadically really racist. Sort
well,
of
I don't know. We have a few friends who just don't like natives.
Yeah.
And it's kind of awkward sometimes.
Yeah.
But they're not as bad.
Probably not
it's
the place
more
to get into that, really.
But it's more like they'll mention, wolf. It's 80 things. But people, I suppose people have these things where they mention specific instances where someone of a race has done them wrong. It's not necessarily racist. But
well, if they paint it that way, then yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Which they tend to do.
Sometimes.
Anyway.
If those of you out there with friends who are racist and you are not, how do you deal with it? It's kind of interesting idea.
Yeah.
I just don't think I could be. Friends with someone who's genuinely racist a lot of the time. It's that guy in the Navy I met who just really wanted to shoot all the black people on Gottingen Street.
That's pretty awful.
Yeah, it was weird. It was odd. I never saw him again in my life, but he was talking about how he was in the barracks and just wanted to rouse the barracks and shoot all of these. And he never actually said specifically black people, but I knew and he knew. It was very awkward. I had just met this guy and never saw him again, and he thought it was okay. That was the most offensive thing, is he felt like I was a guy who would agree with that. Racism's one thing. Thinking I'm a racist is another thing. So apparently the reptites eat these guys.
Oh no, I'm on the wrong train.
Yes. Mark Little. Great, great.
I wanted small talk.
Not agreeing with your racism, bigot. Just stretching my neck.
Bam! Lightninged to the second.
Oh, their defense power decreases when they're shocked.
Yeah.
I didn't think the normal reptites had that weakness.
Those reps are tight. Rep tight.
Getting those tight reps in.
Mm-hmm. Being in the prehistoric age is a really good workout.
It's Kino. I'm trying to open the thing, Kino. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Apparently we can't.
We've done what we came to do.
There's a switch right there, Isla. Isla, there's a switch.
Like we did with the other ones.
Isla, there's a switch.
Ayla, what are you doing?
Pretty. So are they gonna be dating eventually? Is it? Boom! Oh, there was a switch.
Switches are for people from the future who know how to use them. Well, apparently Reptites have mastered that technology. The Switch. They really,
Well, they really do appear to be just better. Like, they master fire. They've mastered fire somehow as well, because...
Really a superior race. I feel like the fact that they aren't prevalent in modern day might have a lot to do with us.
Yeah. Which makes you wonder why we're even doing this if everything's going to happen the exact same way.
That's a really big question about things that involve time travel.
So yeah, what you can do is you can step on those switches there and you just knock these things down. But that just means you have a harder fight later on. So it's actually better to just get it out of the way now.
Kill them in the face. And or other parts of their body. It's really up to you.
Yeah, you can cut open their
I'm not going
stomachs.
to tell you where to hit a pterosaur.
Also, how's the pterosaur different from the megasaur? It really doesn't look different.
Is it a slight recolor?
No, I don't even think it's a slight recolor. There have been a lot of recolors in this game. Which, you know, I don't tend to like recolors. But you can only work with so much memory when it comes to it.
Exactly. It's an issue of space. It's so many other beautiful things in this game.
Well, it's so long.
Yeah.
Right, I would say that we're not quite halfway done. At least of all the things that I want to do in this Let's Play.
Yeah.
Alright, you gotta get the Sunstone and the...
Chrono's level up. The level belonging to Chrono has increased.
This is, this is also
Could
one of
he
the...
swap that level with someone else, you think? If it's just like a possession of his?
Maybe. That makes sense.
Chrono's level became Ayla's level. And vice versa. Everyone's a trade.
The, what are you gonna say?
These volcanoes are not better volcanoes than the other shitty volcanoes.
They die just as hard. Oh, that's an all attack, it looks like. Oh, no.
It is. Did he just erupt all over himself?
These are... Our Let's Plays are sexual.
Life is sexual.
This is actually pretty cool looking, really.
That's how we all came into the world, that's how we'll all go out.
Not all.
Yes. All. Don't ask me to elaborate.
How do you think death works? What was it? Nietzsche, right? Nietzsche only ever had sex once and got
syphilis.
Got syphilis, right?
Not a good
That poor bastard.
sexual career.
Oh. I activated their trap card. Yeah, so if I dropped those two guys down, they would be in there, and they would fight me.
Okay. I mean, you could have taken them easy.
Yeah, but...
With both hands tied behind their back. Like a hug. You would hug them to death.
Chrono's that strong. You can do it. Whoa!
Oh, there's some fast monkeys. Who do they think they are? Chrono? Do they have 2-star speed?
See, the thing is, there was another treasure chest that I need to open.
Ah.
So I gotta fall down again.
That's genuinely upsetting.
Yeah, kinda tough. I'm using too much lightning too right now just because it's really burning through my MP, but I'm also lazy. So...
And also, lightning too. Well, that didn't do a lot for you.
Well, they were already at full health.
Yeah,
Like,
but
lightning one would have got me.
Kill that one
Oh shit!
thing, you could have easily not.
I could have just used lightning one.
Yeah.
Really anything. Could have done anything but lightning 2. So lightning 2 heals those things, I guess. Is the...
Quite a bit.
But it will be useful in this... fuck it, I'll just attack everybody. Nah, I'm too lazy. Laziness, people, it'll kill you when it comes to playing video games.
Really
right?
creeping into this Let's Play. Boy, are we getting lazy.
Reid is tired today. He just finished a course.
This would normally be my bedtime.
And he's got a terrible sleep schedule.
It works for me.
Yeah, as long as it works for you. Like, as long as you're getting to class and...
I'm like awake from the hours of like 9 p.m. to 12 p.m.
I didn't even get the treasure chest.
What are you doing with our life?
I'm not gonna go back.
What if it's a mid-ether?
Or a full ether? What if it's a full ether? Where is your god now? Screw you guys. Coming home.
It's a nice little castle plot. Like, the reptites are clearly a far more advanced civilization.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're just...
It's a shame that we're slaughtering them.
Pretty mercilessly.
Like, because they're, you know, showing their clear dominance.
Look, it's okay to show your dominance, like, throughout the course of history. It's just not now.
Yeah.
And I mean that, like, really unsarcastically. You're just... So we're bringing, like, our morals back to these times, obviously. Where you're not allowed to just kill people.
This is so many years ago.
Yeah, back when just straight up, like dominance should have decided.
There are evolutionary factors to be decided here along the line.
But, I mean, they're also lizards. Lizards aren't good at surviving in the cold.
Yeah, Ice Age should probably wipe them out.
And that's sort of what made us...
Well, I don't know, they're masters of fire. Like, they really got that down. And also, like, significant indoor housing. I really think they'd have a chance if we weren't slaughtering them.
Yeah, that's probably fair. We are.
I think we are the villains of, like, 65 million BC.
We are the villains of history. Man, seriously, you're the worst bad guy ever.
Just cannot stop erupting on himself.
Sorry. It's a euphemism for semen.
What?
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't know if you were getting that. I recognize that you were the one making the joke, but I'm not sure if you understood. So yeah, this is actually kind of...
If someone gives me a good whacking, I'm about to erupt, it's a good chance of getting that on myself. So.
This is actually kind of a weird place. I don't really understand it. But, like, I warp for reasons.
We don't understand.
Beyond my comprehension.
That was weird. Their technology is far too complex for our human brains.
I feel like there's just something graphically that's supposed to be here that isn't. Like, maybe it's the emulator? Not that we're playing on it anymore. It just kills them both.
Did they just always do that?
It seems to be, yeah. They're like our greatest weapon against the enemy.
Like, do you have to hit them, or will they just do that on their own?
I think you have to hit them. Okay, so that time I didn't. That time I didn't. No,
that time you did. What happened again? Okay, so that panel.
Good.
So we have to warp there from somewhere else.
Yeah.
A Ceratopper? The hell is a Ceratopper?
It's a helmet that I think is like Ceratops, sort of clever.
A Monoceratops.
What's that?
It's a Triceratops.
Oh yes.
A Monoceratops. Like the age-old question: is it a monocorn or is it a unicorn?
How age-old is that?
A couple of years. That's when I first thought of it. I'm gonna say grade 9.
Okay. You were a shockingly clever child. I didn't think about shit like that when I was grade 9. I was dumb.
Well, it was, it spawned from, a friend and I talking about, like, what you'd call, like, a unicorn if it had 3 horns.
A tricorn?
Well, we were like, is it a... No, I think you're talking about 4 horns. We were like, would it be a quadricorn or a tetracorn?
Tetracorn sounds better.
And I'm like, well, I think it depends on if you're going with a unicorn system or the monocorn system.
The monocorn system. I like that no matter what fight you get in this game, Chrono goes first. That's just the rule.
Hey. Also, his speed.
Yeah. He's outrageously fast. That's an interesting attribute to give to the main character.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's actually not uncommon. In Final Fantasy X, that's his thing. That's Titus' thing, right? He's fast. Because usually the strongest character is someone who's not your main character.
Yeah.
Right? Auron in Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's because the main character always has to be the kid, right? He has to be the young man who the player can sympathize with. Not necessarily sympathize, but associate themselves with.
Erupts all over that pterosaur.
I saw a really good quote recently that was like Lex Luthor talking to Superman in this like made up YouTube universe where this guy was like playing with the dolls essentially. Mm-hmm. Lex Luthor has this really in-depth quote about how Marvel ruined the idea of what a superhero is. He's just talking about how nobody has to look up to Superman anymore because people you aspire to be make small people feel small. So now the only thing you have to do now is just associate yourself with someone. They have to remind you of you. They don't want to look up to you. The final line in it is they don't want to look up to you anymore because it hurts their necks. I thought that was really neat, and I never really thought about it like that. But Marvel really does.
It's all the really flawed characters.
Yeah. But in DC, you've got the Batmans and the Supermans and the Green Lanterns, right? All just
paragons
of virtue and justice, which the world just doesn't. And in modern storytelling, we don't like it as much.
Yeah,
like we don't. Lord of the Rings wouldn't be as successful today as it was way back in the day.
Yeah.
Right? We want Game of Thrones now.
Yeah. Everyone's fucked up.
Yeah. Really fucked up. My problem with that show is no one's not fucked up. Well, books. I've read the books. I haven't actually watched the show. But my problem with it is just like you don't consistently get that many fucked up people.
Well, there's probably a lot of inbreeding.
No, there's only one that does inbreeding. Everyone's all like, how dare you?
But there might be a background.
Yeah. But they're all, like, there's no good people. I mean, maybe that's accurate or something. It's just like, in a fantasy world. It's weird. It's an odd choice. Oh, shit. Who are you?
Another one of these? Okay, thanks. He's working out. Do you even lift, bro?
Alright, so we're just about to fight Azla. We haven't really done anything exciting this time, so
unnatural selection. That is what we were doing to the reptile.
Exactly. Yeah, here we go. Alright, guys.
The game knows.
We're going to cut it off here. We'll talk to you again,
See you on the other side.